Hi everybody, welcome to my kitchen. Welcome to Karen's Sizzle and Spice. Ed and I are dancing because I'm making like a sweet dish today. You can make it for breakfast or brunch or even a dessert with ice cream. This would be fantastic. We're making pecan pie French toast casserole. Are you getting pictures? Because I know I am. Let me show you how we're gonna start this one. So friends, this is what you're gonna need for this recipe. You're gonna need some French bread. I love French bread. Love it with butter, love it in a recipe. And the French bread in the store comes in many different lengths. You're gonna need about 18 inches of this bread for this recipe. We're gonna be needing some brown sugar. We'll be using a bit of granulated sugar. We'll be using pecans, of course. We're gonna be using some butter. Butter. We'll be using some whole milk for this one. We'll need also some heavy cream. You getting pictures, Ed? This one is decadent and delicious. You're gonna love it. A little bit of light corn syrup. We're gonna be using some maple syrup. We're gonna be using some ground cinnamon. We'll need a little bit of vanilla. And we're gonna need 8 eggs for this recipe. So let's get started. So I'm preheating my oven to 350, and in my microwave, I just took a few tablespoons of butter, and I'm gonna prepare my dish. We're using a 13 by 9 dish here. You can use, metal or glass, whatever you have. And we just move that around. So everything's covered really well. We don't want any of this to stick to the pan. All right, let me put this aside. And I'm gonna get my bread ready now. Now we need about 18 pieces of bread. No, it's 18 inches. We need about 16 pieces of bread. So I have 2 big hunks here. I'm gonna cut in half, and then in half again, and in half again. And I'll end up with 16 slices of bread here. They're about 1 inch thick. So now that I have my bread sliced up into 16 pieces, I've cracked 8 eggs into my bowl here. I'm gonna add to that 1 cup of milk. I'm adding 1 cup of cream. I'm adding 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar. I'm adding 1/4 cup of light brown sugar. And I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Ooh, it smells good in here, doesn't it, Ed?
Yes.
Yum, yum. And then I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of vanilla. I love vanilla. Here we go, 1 tablespoon, I forgot to take the... So thanks, Ed, for opening that for me.
Anytime.
It would have taken me 5 minutes on camera. So we need a whole tablespoon of wonderful, delicious vanilla. And now we're just gonna give this a good beating till this is mixed up really well.
Oh my God, this smells so good.
You are right, Eddie. Oh my God, this smells wonderful, doesn't it?
Yes.
So it's good and mixed now. So 4 pieces of bread at a time I'm gonna put in here. We're gonna let them soak in here for a little bit, a good soak. At least a minute or so on each side, but don't do it so long that they fall apart, Okay, so now that this bread has soaked for a minute at least on each side, again, be careful you don't wait too long so it doesn't fall apart. We're gonna start layering it into our pan here. Can you see that closely, Ed? And we're gonna have to overlap them a little bit for them to fit in here like this. So you can see I've got all my beautiful bread soaked and lined up in the dish here, and you can see how I overlapped them all so they would fit. Here's the last 2 pieces. And then what I'm gonna do next, if you have a little bit of leftovers in the bowl, I'm just gonna pour it over. So I've just set the bread mixture aside. We're gonna let it sit there for a little while and soak in all that wonderful goodness while I prepare the topping. I've got 1.5 cups of pecans here, and I'm gonna rough chop them. We don't want them too small. Okay, friends, to make this wonderful, delicious topping, I've taken 1 stick of butter and I'm melting it. I'm gonna add 1.5 cups of brown sugar. I'm adding in 1/2 cup of the corn syrup. Ooh, yeah. Beautiful. I'm adding in 1/3 cup of maple syrup. Oh my goodness. I can hardly wait to eat this. How about you, Ed?
Can't wait.
And we're gonna just give this a good stir until everything is incorporated and the sugars are dissolved. Now that my mixture here of butter and sugars is ready to go, heat it up nicely. All the sugars are dissolved. I'm gonna add my pecans to this mixture now. Look at these. Ugh, I love pecans. I'm just gonna give this a good stir. Oh my goodness, talk about decadent. What are you thinking, Ed?
I'm thinking I can't wait to eat it.
Me too, me too. So I'm just giving this a good stir, and what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna take spoonfuls of this. Look at how decadent this is, Ed. And just pour it right over this beautiful bread mixture. Oh my goodness. Can you taste this? Can you just think of what this would taste like with some ice cream on the side, Ed?
Yeah.
Have this warm, some vanilla ice cream. Oh my goodness. Wow. You guys, look at this thing. OMG, this looks fantastic. Like I said, this would be great for breakfast, for a brunch, any meal, and then for dessert. So what we're gonna do now is, remember my oven is at 350. I'm gonna cover this with aluminum foil now, and I'm gonna put it in the 350-degree oven for 20 minutes. After that, we're gonna take the cover off, and then we'll cook it some more. So I'll show you what it looks like in the process.
Hey guys, don't forget to subscribe. Oh yeah, man. The smell in here is awesome. I can't wait to eat.
Friends, it's been 20 minutes in the oven now. Let's take a look. Take this out. I'm taking the foil off. Let's see how it looks, Ed. This thing is gorgeous. All right, it's gonna go back in the oven now for another 30 minutes. Friends, we're so excited. This thing is ready. Again, my house is smelling heavenly. Let's see how it looks. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look at this thing. Talk about gorgeous. We're gonna let it sit here on the counter for about 10 minutes before we even attempt to slice it. Okay, here we go. Time to taste. Cheers, honey.
Yeah, cheers.
Mmm. Mmm. Wow. Mmm. What do you think?
Mm. It's like eating candy. It's delicious.
Almost, and the textures, the different textures are great. The bread is almost creamy, and those crunchy pecans and the gooey syrup. This dish is fantastic. Your friends and family are gonna love this one. Thanks so much for visiting today. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.